It's that time of video again, guys, where I do these review videos probably like once every 3 months because of a new rotation and whatnot on how you guys can improve. I will say this though, after the 125 cap, a lot of people have been improving in scores as expected because going from 120 to 125 cap means you're going to do more damage on all your ships. So, for the most part, a lot of people have improved a lot. But there's still ways to go on. There are still ways to improve and whatnot. That's the point of this video. So on this one right here, I'm gonna do 2 rotations worth. We got 3 people here. I'm taking the top 3 scores of right here and I'm gonna review them. Now hopefully I don't goof off and like last time I showed names. So let's not try to show names this time. I'm gonna try my best not to. If I do, it's nothing unusual. I always show names, but yeah, we're gonna do the top 3 scores, so let's go ahead and do so. So starting off right here, for this setup right here, it is Souryuu meta. As you guys know, Souryuu meta is medium armor, so the best guns right here to use are gonna be AP guns. Richelieu's gun is fine right here. This gun is perfectly fine, plus 12, okay for a 457. Now, I want you to use a better secondary gun because this gun right here gives like what? Use like 20 firepower or something. You can squeeze in like 10 to 15 more firepower, definitely. So use a not 20, yeah, probably like 20, yeah, 20 firepower. Use this one. If you have like this gun right here or any 45 light cruiser gun, slot that in. That's extra firepower. Not a fan of this one at all. This anti-air right here is useless, especially for this type of fight right here. Either use stag buffers or the Dido AAs that I always talk about in my videos. Firepower or hit is really good here, so do that and replace this right here. You don't want that. Now the pencils are fine. Get these to plus 10 though. You're gonna get more incentives and more stats out of it. Repair toolkit is absolutely useless here. Get either a black shell, and I highly recommend if you're using a 457 to get another black shell, or get a gold fire control radar. In this case though, I recommend the black shell over the gold fire control radar because you have the 457. So get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. These 3 slots can be improved on. As for JB, I would definitely use a AP gun here. If you have like Champagne's gun, that would work instead of this, but you can use this if you want to. You'll probably get a better score if you use the Champagne gun over this one right here. The secondary gun is fine. The anti-air is fine. The white pencil here is fine. SG radar is definitely a old slot that you would use for battleships. Nowadays we have many good options to replace the SG radar with. So in this case, again, black pencil or gold fire control radar. If you can stick to this gun right here, I will use a gold fire control radar. If you use Champagne's gun, also use gold fire control radar. I'm not a big fan of the black pencil and white pencil duo unless you're using a 457 like Richelieu right here. Then you want to use both pencils because the 457 has a much shorter cooldown compared to the Champagne gun, so you don't have to be as into stacking more cooldown reduction because she's already so fast with this gun or whatever, right? As for Enterprise, get a better damage plane. I don't know if you're working on PR4, but the AP rocket planes are definitely the new best in slot for these kind of fights here. So use that. Otherwise, use like Corsairs, Sea Hornets, stuff like that. Hellcats are for anti-air. There's no real big threat of anti-air right here, so you can replace that. This is basically useless. Now Douglas here, I use Douglas on full auto sometimes because you get the 5% bonus, especially on ships that have like low dive bomber efficiency and whatnot, and like not many planes there. So I guess that's okay here. I don't think dive bomber is that big of a deal for slots for Souryuu meta. If it works for you, that's okay. Otherwise, you can do like hell divers or whatever. But if you're working for like cooldown, for timing and whatnot, hell divers and Douglases are both very slow. So just pick whatever you want, whichever suits your playstyle best. Reuses are fine. That's okay here. And you have the 2 steam catapults, right? So I can tell right here that this loadout is very slow. And if you're using Helena, which you are, you're gonna have trouble syncing these up. So what I want from you, if you're using Helena right here, like you are, Get more cooldown reduction. Drop 1 to steam catapults for a homing beacon. Get more speed on your planes. Douglas's change the comets. I think Hellcats can be improved as well too. Get faster planes. Basically, Corsairs can work here. But it just makes it so Enterprise can get more airstrikes lined up with the scans, especially on the third one. The third one, if you don't have a significant amount of permanent reload or like fast planes in general, you're gonna have a tough time squeezing in that last airstrike, along with the scan and whatnot. So get faster planes here, or far more permanent reload stat, and then Enterprise should be able to squeeze in the last airstrike alongside with Helena, assuming she scans. All right. And then for Rune here, the gun is fine, torpedoes are fine, anti-air I guess is fine, the stats. This first build Rune is fine. Helena's right here. That's okay. You can definitely slightly improve on the secondary gun, but it's not a big deal, so that's okay there. I would definitely recommend getting some firepower, anti-air. It's not much, but 15 firepower is definitely free stats for meta fights because you don't need anti-air that much. So go ahead and just use whatever stats you have. Hit is okay, but definitely firepower. The Dido AA will be better here. That's fine. That's fine. Now San Diego, she doesn't really do much here. Now she can do damage, I guess, but it's not a lot of damage. You're better off just slotting in another like buffer and whatnot. So like Rune Moose, the original Rune Moose, or the secondary Rune Moose, or like some kind of buffer that will help out your backline or something. Like I guess you can buff Enterprise or something, but anything that can like buff up. Or someone does like a lot of damage Vanguard. San Diego damage is okay, but it's not like super spectacular. I don't know which PR ships you have done as of right now, but if you have things like, I don't know, Brune is okay. I'm not gonna say URs because URs are gonna be a different question here. But just like good damage dealing Vanguards. I guess Rune Moose would be like the best choice here as in PR. So Rune, Helena, and Rune Moose, if you have that going on, that can definitely help you out a lot. Right. Next up, we have the second player right here, 474k. How can we improve here? So right off the bat, these are all 120 ships right here. The guns, no. We need AP guns here. Now, you can probably get away with JB's gun, but again, I would use AP guns here too. And I would definitely use that thing that gives less spread on auxiliary because the spread on JB gun is absolutely horrendous. So, AP guns here. These are HE guns. I don't want to see HE guns when it comes to a medium armor fight. I want to see AP guns. So, let's start using them. You can get some from Gear Labs, get some from PR. Let's do that. As for these guns right here, no. Get some 45 firepower like light cruiser guns ASAP. Replace these, get these, slot them in. Anti-air, get some hits, get some stack buffers, or get some firepower, get some Dido AAs. Okay. As for the auxiliaries, if you're not using a fast gun like a 457 or something, run a gold fire control radar with these pencils. There are some exceptions like New Jersey that doesn't have to use gold fire control radar because she has a built-in reload. Those are some exceptions. Otherwise, for the most part, pencil gold fire control radar is the setup. All right. So anti-air, replace these, get AP guns, and then get some gold fire control radars if you can. Otherwise, just stick to pencils, I guess. So for Vanguard here, the Vanguard setup, more or less, it's fine here. Improve anti-air, obviously. Get some hits or get some firepower, whichever you prefer. Helena. Now, this gun right here, I used to use it a lot, but I got lazy because I didn't want to improve on it. HE light cruiser guns are definitely better than AP ones. So replace this one with this one if you have it right here. These are very rarely used. Some ships can use them, not all of them. But for the most part, the HE ones are definitely better, so replace that. You can improve by this one right here too, assuming you have Tashkent gun or the French baguette gun. This is going to be replaced as well too. Heck, even replacing it with this gun right here from the Gear Labs will be improvement, because this right here is 10 more firepower. So you can place this with that. Way better. Anti-air again. Get some firepower. Get some, not hit. Get firepower. These auxiliaries are actually, if this is very slow, it's assuming you can shoot at 20 seconds or more or around there. You kind of want to avoid the SG radar. The SG radar is really good for meta fights because you can squeeze in one extra volley, 4 seconds left over. So unless your main fleet right here can shoot out 4 times within 120 not 120 seconds, 80 seconds, then you wouldn't want to use SG radar. You would just stick to something else because it helps line up with the whatchamacallit more. Assuming you're playing on auto. As for Geon setup right here, this is okay. Anti-air is a +0. Get some firepower one. You can make it in Gear Labs. Fire extinguisher, you don't really need this. Get some evasion, and you're basically good to go. Aside from that, though, nothing much to improve on for this right here. Vanguard doesn't do that much damage. This is like an old setup for Vanguards, so take it for what it is. The anti-air though, no. For meta fights, no. For like high anti-air maps, sure. But when it comes to meta fights, firepower or hit is the superior stat for anti-air here. And number 3, 429k. What we got here? So we have this gun right here, JB gun. HE, no. Get a better gun. Get an AP gun, my dude. AP gun. Secondary gun's fine. Get a hit or firepower anti-air, highly recommended. Repair toolkit, replace this immediately. Get a white pencil, and the pencil here can stay as well too. But remember, you're gonna use slow guns. Get some gold fire control radars. Okay, try your best to get some gold fire control radars. I think you have some going on. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming you do because you have FDG at 6 stars already. So Shinano, not a fan of this torpedo bomb right here. Get some Junkers or some Ryuseis. Those are much better here. New Jersey. Obviously, New Jersey's probably like her biggest damage dealer, even if she is using an HE gun. But try to get an AP gun on her because it's going to do a significant amount of damage. Get a actual secondary gun right here because this one is 15 firepower, 30 less compared to the light cruiser gun. So do that. Get a hit or firepower anti-air, obviously, not the pom-poms. We don't need that here. Get a white pencil. It is very good on New Jersey because she has 100% crit on her barrages. And the white pencil gives 25% crit damage. So it's obvious here you would want that. So I want to see a white pencil on New Jersey at all times. Nice. So, Vanguard's here. I'm assuming your Vanguard can survive. I'm hoping it does. If it doesn't, you're going to have to start replacing these torpedoes with like survivability. Evasion is key here. Get some evasion in. Now, as for guns, get a HE gun, or get an AP gun here. It's a boss map. It's a medium armor. So get that. Now the modifiers for this is like, it's kind of whatever. 95 or whatever. I'm pretty sure like the AP guns for heavy cruiser are better, probably. I don't think it's that much big of a deal because Prince doesn't do that much damage. But if you want to improve, do that. This one right here, get some homing ones because you're probably not gonna hit much with this. If it does hit, it does a lot of damage. But again, it doesn't home in, so you gotta be careful about that. I mean, you know, everyone just loves this anti-air for some reason. Get some damage anti-air, guys. Like there's no planes. There's barely any planes here. There's like probably 5 or 6 planes max in this entire fight. It's not that big of a deal. You wanna get some damage in. Your backline, don't worry about the backline. Get some damage in. You want to kill Souryuu. You don't want to kill the planes. Well, it helps, but you want to do damage on Souryuu. Get some evasion. You don't need this here. Assuming you can survive. If you can survive, okay, go ahead and slot this in. Assuming all the ships can survive, slot it in. If they're sinking, get some evasion. This gun is fine. This is fine. Get firepower again. Again, if you're surviving, just keep this. If you're not, washing machine. But it's a DD, so you're probably better off stacking like an additional health or whatever. Atago, this is okay. Get the better anti-air. Again, if you're surviving, go ahead and stick to this. Otherwise, get some washing machines, get some health. All right. So the big takeaway here for most people is that you guys gotta use AP ammo. All right, AP ammo. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some AP guns right here. So there's a lot of AP ammos, AP guns you guys can get into the game. Gear Labs, we go here, and I believe it's USS, right? So we go to BB guns right here. You can make this right here. There's the AP gun right here. I don't know if they show me stats. It's AP though. Boom. You can make this. All right. You can do that. If you guys have PR stuff done, there are some AP guns you can make from PR as well too. We have the champagne gun. If I can find it for you guys, champagne gun is all the way over here. Make these if you have them. There's also Marco Polo's gun. Now the spread on it is very awful, but it's also an improvement compared to HE guns. You can make this as well too. And lastly, there's also the 457s. Some of you guys may have them, some of you guys may not have them, but you can definitely use these as well too. Get some AP gun, guys. I want to see some AP guns on the meta fights. It'll help you improve a lot. Alright? And then from gear, get some white pencils. If you guys don't know how to gear up battleships, it's follow the rule of thumb. The rule of thumb for most BB setups is very simple. White pencil plus flex. If you're poor, SG radar. If you want to do the basic, double shells. If you want to improve your reloads and whatnot, white pencil plus gold fire control radar. That's the generic setup for BBs for the most part. Alright guys? And as for anti-air, again, we don't need anti-air that much when it comes to meta fights. We really don't. So go ahead, go to HMS, go to anti-air, and make these. They give 15 firepower. Additional stats. It may not be much, but it will improve your stats. Therefore, you will see slight improvements to your scores overall. For the most part though, 125 cap did improve a lot of people by a large margin. But again, unless you're like super confident with how you're building and whatnot, stick to that. You're going to get some big improvements. You're going to do a lot better. I want to see people pushing into 1 million range soon. But there's that. Alright. And obviously using good ships like New Jersey, Shinano helps as well too. But we're not going to talk about that because some people don't own those ships. But for the most part, what you guys can control is how you gear. So get some proper gear in and then work from there. Alright guys.